Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first video and I'm really excited to start posting content out there. The only thing is, when I don't have a script, I take too many pauses, and when I do have a script, I don't sound human at all. And to balance that out, I tried a hybrid way to have a script but also not read it in one go. But that didn't help. I ended up sounding monotonous and it's so hard to get one video out there. Just one. Okay, so the idea for the video is I wanted to share my thoughts until I comfortably follow a niche for this particular channel. And thoughts are super random. I am sometimes thinking of what I wanted to post about. Sometimes I'm thinking what's relevant now. Sometimes I'm thinking what my niche can be so I stay relevant in the future. And this made me realize that we are so obsessed with being consistent that every single time we look in the mirror, we look for the person that we were yesterday. We check our memories, we check our titles, and we cling on to them like they are badges just to make sure we are still us, our authentic self. We treat our identity as a statue, like something that's fixed, something we hold on to, something we end up defending. And rarely do we notice that it's actually very exhausting to carry around a version of ourselves that technically doesn't exist anymore. Most of us live our lives in the state of a temporal displacement. When we introduce ourselves, whether to a new friend or in an interview setting, we have a script ready in our mind that, or we are taught to have a script. So let's say I studied this, I am interested in that, or this is my history, these are my credentials. And it's fine, it's absolutely fine to do that in formal settings when you want to share about yourself to a new person. But as an individual, have you ever found yourself at a place where you felt like all of this was unnecessary, or more of a burden? That why is it that our introduction has to be related to something that we have achieved in the past? Why can't I just say that, okay, this used to be me, that's the past version of me, and now I'm exploring new options. Like, for instance, let's take example of three states: state A, state B, and state C. State A being the past, state B the present, and state C the future. We are so obsessed with state A and state C that we don't realize there is a gap, a mathematical dt in the integral of our lives that we almost always skip. It's the transition state. It's the state B. It's the space between the inhale and the exhale. The moment where I actually got this idea for the video, where I just took a breath and noticed one of my thoughts saying, why am I so obsessed with the past? Why not talk about this very thought that came to me in that moment? I messed up the tenses. Why not talk about the thought that had come to me in that moment and form a story around it? So there's no real story to it, but what I meant to say is, why not have a video around this very thought, which means every inhale and every exhale you do, you are getting to reset your life. I was thinking about it and had an analogy to share with all of you that in calculus, a volume integral isn't just a point. It's the accumulation it's the accumulation of every infinite it's the accumulation of every infinite tiny slice. If your life is that volume, you are currently the dv. You are the tiny infinitesimal slice happening right now. But we don't live here. We live in the sum of slices behind us or the estimated sum of slices ahead. We're so busy journaling the past and manifesting what will happen that we treat the actual living, the present that's happening right now, as a footnote. This realization that hit me is quiet and loud at the same time because it's deep if you think about it, how forgiving life can be when you treat every breath as a moment to reintroduce yourself. Every single breath you take is a hard reset. You are biologically, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, technically, in all aspects, allowed to be a stranger to your past self. You don't owe a 15-year-old inside of you, or you don't owe that child in you or your teenage self a specific career. You liked something back then, it stayed with you, that's great. But you can make that happen right now. You have that as a choice, or you can let that go and take a pause and understand what you want to do right now. You don't owe a yesterday's version of you a specific mood. If you truly occupy the present, you realize you are standing at a permanent crossroad where life is infinitely forgiving because every second provides you a new slate. You can reintroduce yourself to the world and to yourself at any moment. And you can keep doing that. That's the beauty of life. Every inhale, every exhale, you can be one person to another and to another. You can go on experimenting, you can play characters, you can explore different versions of you, and still come back to the same life because ultimately we all have a routine set. But what I'm trying to say is every inhale, you have a thought, every exhale, you have another. Probably you have multiple thoughts with every inhale and exhale because that's the speed of thoughts. And I've spent years from school to high school to this very moment where I'm in college right now, waiting for the right version of me to show up, where I wanted to start something, but I felt that I had to be the person who starts things right first. But if every breath is a reintroduction, then right now I'm a creator. And I'm really happy saying this because I always loved making YouTube videos or videos in general. It's just that now I finally had the courage to start recording something, and finally this is going to be out there, so posting it. This is my first video. I don't have a niche, nor do I have a 5-year plan. And it's it's an incredible feeling because I just have this breath, this thought, and this moment. And for the first time, I'm not chasing a timeline. I'm just here and enjoying it. Also thinking at the same time because I'm not used to speaking while thinking or like putting my thoughts out there properly in words, but I love trying to do this and I know over time I'm going to get better at it. So, here's my question for you. If you stopped trying to be the person you were 10 minutes ago, who would you be right now? Take a breath, reintroduce yourself, and I think I'll stay here for a while. I did it. I am really happy I did it, and I recorded my first video. I want to put it out there, raw, unfiltered, as it is, without editing, without any cuts, and see how it goes. Also, yeah, like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll bring more videos, more thoughts, more videos, more ideas. I don't know. It's an abstract journey, and I really love the term abstract. It doesn't define anything. At the same time, it allows us to define anything and everything without forcing it to be inside a box, which, by the way, is a definition in itself. So, yeah, this is my abstract YouTube channel where I'm going to share my feelings, my thoughts, and it's mostly like my personal digital diary. Earlier, these recordings used to stay just in my phone, and now it's going to be out there for all of us to share. I think I cooked something there. Anyways, thank you so much. Bye bye. I'll see you in the next video.